What's going on? I realize I've never hosted the show. I've always been down right by Clintastic, but welcome to Toy Talk. It's Monday. Happy to see you all. Happy for the two gentlemen in the room with me today. Let's say hello to ToyX17. What's going on, sir?
How you doing? Hello, everybody.
And down below we have the gentleman, I'm lost for words. Very handsome, Fantastic Four.
Oh, thank you. Hey, howdy, hey.
What are you guys drinking? I didn't realize we were boozing tonight.
Just popped open a Heineken, so it's like my last one. I think I've drank the rest of them on Thursday, so that's the only one left. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna open it for tonight.
Fantastic. Nice. Are you drinking a rosé? What's in the glass?
Rosé.
It is a rosé.
There you go.
Rosé.
Rosé all day.
Rosé all day.
I used to drink a wine called that. It's great. I can only drink one bottle, not all day. But what's been happening? Got any good pickups since last? I don't think the last time. I think it's been a month since I talked to Danny, and probably
I know
a much longer. Fantastic, you and me.
Very much.
Yeah. I feel like I was telling you in the back. It just feels like It feels like a long time. Like you just did a 20-year bid and now you're out. They let you out early.
Yeah. I was doing time. Toy time.
Some toy time.
Toy crimes over here.
No, it's been a while. Nothing. I mean, I've been good, Santi. You know, we've been hanging out, trying to stay healthy because that's what we're all trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I've been as far as toys, I picked up one new toy that arrived, and then I lost one. Well, one got lost that was quote unquote delivered to me. Yeah, yeah. So, but other than that, I've been like slowing down a lot on like purchases and stuff. I mean, the last thing I did big was like I returned a few NECAs that I didn't want because I'm trying to stick to the one line of figures. So I returned a couple that I didn't want, and then
which were the NECAs out of your? Which ones were out of your lane?
The pizza monster from the TMNT cartoon. I didn't really want that.
Yeah, I
didn't really want
your style.
No, and then the other one, I believe I had an extra RoboCop. I already have one.
Oh,
so I had an extra. I wasn't even aware that I bought an extra one, so I kind of like was like, I'm just gonna bring these back. I figured it was a while, and like Target is strict now with their returns. You gotta like have an actual receipt. So like when I brought it in, I told the lady, listen, I'm good with a gift card. You can give me a gift card because I'm probably going to exchange them. So I ended up getting the My Bloody Valentine minor, and then I ended up getting what else did I get? I believe that was it for now. And yeah, so I'm just cherry picking what I want, mostly horror stuff, and sticking to the horror stuff. That's all I'm doing.
I'm always amazed at the Target that you have by you, or maybe maybe they cold read me very hard, but I've always been required to have a receipt or a credit card, like a Target card, to return anything to Target. Much less
I have a lot of well, all due respect to the ones who are not, but there's a lot of idiots that work at the Target that I'm at, where there's times where true story. I went into my Target is notorious for like putting things. I mean, a lot of Targets are like that. Notorious for putting things in the wrong spots. I don't know they got to talk. I'm not going to be the guy to say it because, whatever. So anytime I go in there, they always have something in a section where it's priced differently. And I always catch them. And it's to the point now where I'm just going to start walking up to the employees like, you're really making this really easy for me. Do you understand? You're making this easy for me. So one day I walked in and they had a bunch of the new NECAs. They had the Creature from the Black Lagoon. And then they had the Misfits, the Fiend, the brand new ones.
Yeah.
So lo and behold, they're put in a place where there's no pricing and the closest pricing is $9.99. So I got two NECAs for $9.99 that day. So I walked out. I paid the 21 and some change, and I walked out with 2 brand new NECAs. And I'm like, it's gonna get to a point where I'm like, listen, guys, you're making this super easy for me. Because it's like at this point, it's. I wish they were selling like high end toys, like because then I'd be like, now I'm really, we're really got something here, guys.
The day that high end toys end up in a Target, we're in a different world.
Mm-hmm.
Target
You'd be surprised.
toys.
Have you guys ever been to a store where, like, but that's happened before though? There have been times because I used to work at Target years ago, and there have been times where they deliver things to the on the trucks. They deliver things on the trucks that don't belong in that store. So there have been times where I've seen like pieces of equipment that were supposed to go to Best Buy or go to PC Richard and Son, and then they get it. Or even like SH Fig Arts. Like there's been times where I've seen some SH Fig Arts show up at Target and they have to take them off the floor and put them in the back because they got to return them. So like those are the items that sometimes people run into, and you bring them to the front and there's never a price. So only 2 things can happen. Either they're going to say they're not going to sell them to you, or they're going to tell you, oh, just give me a price. I'll sell it to you. You never know. I'm telling you, never know. I've run into so many crazy things.
The only time that happened to me, I was up. As you were saying, that reminded me of a story where I was buying a soap dish. And it wasn't even a nice soap dish. It was just like plastic, whatever. I need a soap dish. And the guy did that. He's like, give me your price. How much do you think it is? I was like, I don't know, $1. He's like, how about $3? I'm like, how about $2? What are we doing? You asked me for a price, then you counter me.
At that point, I mean, there's some people that will like they will fight you on it. They will fight you on certain items. There have been times where I've been there and I found like toys that haven't been in stock for a while. Like I remember one time there was the I want to say it was the Poison Ivy from like Mattel, like when DC Multiverse started doing the blue packaging before McFarlane kind of took over, right?
Oh yeah.
So they had that figure, and that figure wasn't seen in nowhere. Like that it was a while ago since that. I mean, McFarlane's been like what, a year, maybe 2 years in already, and I found this figure, so there really wasn't a price for it. So they kind of were like, oh, just we'll put whatever price it is. And they just gave it to me. I was like, all right, I'll take it. So I ended up giving it to like a friend of mine's kid. I was like, I ended up giving it away. But yeah, usually we find something.
Nice.
It's like, what do you got for pickups? Say about
nothing. Nothing. I'm still recovering from the Disney castle, so.
Oh God, so jealous of you, man. So cool.
Yeah.
I look at all those types of stuff, I'm like, would my wife notice a giant castle next to me one day that I've been slowly building for like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Well,
no, Chewin, the answer is yes. Only thing when you say that, only thing I could think of is the story that Toy Father said when he dropped you off after a Toy Con and the garage door. That's all I can think of. So the answer is yes. She will notice.
If I could record him just slowly pulling out my driveway, and I mean slow, he's just like,
that is
right, because he's in shock. He's like, should I do something? Nah, I gotta leave.
Should I stick around? Should I record right now, or I don't know what to do?
No, should I live stream this one?
Now I will say I did pick up this bad boy. I know a lot of folks got it. The Red Death.
He looks good.
He's great. I'm easy #1 favorite action figure from Four Horsemen, even over the Headless Horseman. Favorite figure.
Oh, nice.
Comes with this awesome grandfather clock with a blood effect on the bottom.
The clock is what I wanted, but I can justify buying it just for the clock.
No, I mean, listen, I don't blame you, because I probably would have been telling people, hey, listen, let's go half and you give me the clock and you keep the figure. No, but the clock itself is great. Now, I will say, in my honest opinion, that for the price that it was, I would have never priced it that way. I don't think it's worth what was it? Retail, it was about
$65.
65, close, yeah, $65 including ship. Oh no, it was like 69, close to 70 with me. But I want to say for the price, I wouldn't have gone that much for it. I mean, nothing against Four Horsemen because again, they produce some great figures. I just wouldn't have. It wouldn't that like to me with the clock, even though the clock looks great and the figure looks great, I probably would have went 40 to $45 the most for the figure because I personally also feel that NECA makes figures with like the Annabelle Ultimate figure comes with a whole like a display case and everything for in a chair. And that thing was like $30 and it comes with and there's NECAs that come with like a shit ton of accessories and they're priced way cheaper. But then you got Four Horsemen who have a beautiful figure because it's a beautiful figure. But it's really the clock. It's really the clock and the blood effect, and then a couple of hands and a knife. You really don't get much.
I mean, maybe wasn't the normal Four Horsemen where it's just like 3 extra heads, 3 extra hands?
It doesn't even. It doesn't even come
tail or whatever.
No. It doesn't come with an extra head sculpt. You can remove the mask. But it's all like it has soft goods, but it also has like a plastic, quilt or whatever, like little skirt, and then it comes with the clock, and then the blood effect, and then I believe it's 2 extra pair of hands, and then a knife. So my thing is my only gripe about it was the price. I was like, well, for $60, I wouldn't have paid that much for it because it's like, I mean, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful figure, but I think 45 would have been like a perfect price for it. Like I think 60 or whatever people are paying like with shipping is a little too much for it. Like the Headless Horseman being 100, what was it, like 120 retail when it first came out? 140?
I think it was, I want to say it was 110.
That's a perfect price for it because it gave you a horse, it gave you, the heads, it gave you a bunch of stuff in a big packaging. 140, but this one,
Even you got some discourse. KJ's agreeing with you, and I'm assuming Unboxing Art is against that sentiment.
Well, no, I mean, listen, and this is just my personal opinion. I'm not knocking this figure at all. Again, favorite figure from Four Horsemen right now. When I saw it, I almost didn't buy it because in my head I was like, "Well, I'm gonna see it. I want it bad, but I'm gonna see it at Legion's Con." But then I was like, "I can't do that. I gotta get it now. So I just bought it. But like again, I agree. Those soft goods is great, but it's just a robe. It's really not like you got to think too. Like think of NECA, how much NECA gives you with sometimes soft goods. They're the creep from Creep Show, all soft goods, more accessories, $30. You know what I'm saying? So it's my personal opinion. Again, nothing to knock it. I would have went 45, but again, it's not my product. Who the hell am I to say anything? But I mean, it's a beautiful figure, and like I said, that clock, like had it come with a clock and an extra pair of like a head sculpt or even some other things, maybe a decapitated head, and man, yeah, 60 all the way. But like just for the little bit of stuff that it came with, it was just like, I would have
just popped the head off. It's decapitated.
Well,
solved it.
that's the plus about Four Horsemen figures and even Mythic Legions and all these obscura figures, where you could do that. You could pop the head off this figure and put a skull head from another figure, or put whatever figure. Like you could like rearrange the parts if you want. Like it looks great. I wouldn't change anything on it. Yeah. Like it's beautiful. I just feel like it could have been like I wanted more. More, but it doesn't, like the look of it, the clock, the way it poses, it doesn't take away for how great the figure is. Again, the figure to me is my favorite. It's my number one Four Horsemen figure.
What do you think? Or at least I hope. I expect a holiday themed one as well. What do you think they'll do? They gave you Father Christmas last year.
Honestly, if they, I almost went in on the Santa Claus, but I ended up canceling that order. I didn't want it because again, it's one of those things where it's like, what am I gonna do with it? I honestly wish that they go. If they did Father Christmas, it would be nice if they did like oh my goodness, I'm having a blank here. What was the villain's name? The winter monster, whatever the hell in the claymation movies. What was his name?
Oh, Bumbles?
No, it was oh my goodness, it was the villain.
Ice Meister? No.
It wasn't the Ice Meister. It was like the frozen. even like if they gave you a Jack Frost, give me a Jack Frost.
Yeah.
With like inspired by like, remember the movie? I forgot the name of the movie where like Hugh Jackman played the Easter Bunny. What was that movie called?
Easter Bunny ones.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like
on the next
like
movie talk, Hugh Jackman as the Easter Bunny.
No, seriously, he was the Easter Bunny in that movie.
Oh, the Guardians, because it had the Guardians. Tooth Fairy set. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
that was animated, right?
Yeah. So like a Jack Frost inspired figure from Four Horsemen for the holidays would be nice. That winter monster from the claymation movies, I can't remember his name. That would be dope. Or even if they did like even if they did like an elf or something, like some type of elf.
Okay.
Like an army, like a warrior elf, and have like the long ears and maybe have some weapons and that'd
be cool.
Yeah. Candy cane axes.
Candy cane axes and some weapons with like some exploding gift boxes and stuff, like something dope, like go crazy, like, and please make it worth $60, please make it worth $60.
I do an abominable snowman type ogre size creature.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy that.
Or even give us a polar bear. Give us the Coca-Cola polar bears. Give us one.
You imagine
it?
More animals.
Yes.
No more humanoids. Animals.
Give us a Christmas polar bear, a weaponized polar bear or something.
I'd be totally down, even though it was not a weaponized polar bear. Just a really well articulated, nicely sculpted polar bear with a red scarf.
I'd jump in on that.
Well, I'll be the first to tell you that I think I'm only gonna go in on the Obscura figures, only on Halloween. Unless it's like something like on the lines of whatever this figure is right here. But I think I'm just gonna stick to the Halloween ones, or when Halloween is around, to see what they come out with, because even like the Cosmic Legions, as beautiful as those figures are, I regret buying those figures. I really do. I really do.
Which ones do you have?
I have the slog, the big
green,
big green
Mojo
one. I have
guy.
Mojo's great. Slog is my favorite X-Men. My favorite X-Men that I don't know anything about.
Mojo, Hugh Jackman, money.
Money, right?
No, wait. I've got booty. You need booty. And then booty. That's money.
And it's money. Yep. So Slog, and I have the prison guard, the whatever the bug looking creature is.
Oh, yeah.
Your prison guards, and then I have one of the scientists with the all white and the blue. It comes with that hedge. So I bought like 3. I mean, they're great looking. They're beautiful figures. Beautiful figures. I just, when I bought them and I brought them home, it was just like, okay, what am I gonna like? It was nothing like, it's like one of those things like, oh, it's nice when you have it in hand, but then when you have it at home, it's like, I could have just saved my money. I should have just let somebody else buy these. But Toy Father,
should let Chris buy them.
How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
I actually didn't think you guys were gonna start. I was oh wow, awesome.
I didn't know we start at 8:30.
I know.
We say 8:30. We start by 8:37, and we get going.
I was thinking 9 o'clock, but okay.
Yeah, right.
How you guys doing?
Well, great. Talking about some Four Horsemen figures. I was explaining to everybody how much I love this figure. Yes, he is my favorite Four Horsemen figure, but I don't agree on the price. I think it should have been $45.
45?
45 the most. I can't hear you.
Slow in the chat. We actually should add the people in chat. What's going on, Cal Doctor? How you doing?
Hey, Cal, what's up, man?
Smith?
KJ Smith.
Toy Unworthy is his favorite fan, KJ Smith.
Yeah,
we got Mr. Machu Toy.
Machu.
We got Sir Realm of Toys.
Salsa King.
We got unboxing art in the house. And that's it. We're all caught up.
Yeah,
awesome.
And some of the suggestions was the Rumble Bumble, Jack Frost,
the Guardians. Yeah.
Ooh, Nutcracker would be a good idea. Frosty. Oh, Frosty.
Frosty. I like Jack Frost or Frosty. I think those are good ones. But I agree with you. $45, definitely.
Yeah, no, and again, it's not. It's a beautiful figure. I just think that for $60, they should have gave you like an extra head sculpt or even extra weapons or a something crazy. Like give me
That
a
clock
little
was
more.
cool.
It is, but like my argument is gonna be Annabelle action figure from NECA gave you a whole shelf, like a display case and a chair, and gave you a bunch of
Oh,
head
they
sculpts and a
did?
bunch of hands, and it was $30.
Wow.
So it's like, I mean, it's probably because maybe it cost them more to make more stuff, or I don't know what it is. Again, no knock on them because again, number one figure, like I'm gonna buy. I was telling No Chew, and I'm gonna go to Legion's Con. I'm gonna buy a second one. That's how much I like it. I'm gonna buy.
Oh, really?
I want another one. It's dope. It's dope as hell.
Yeah. I just finished The Conjuring. My first time watching.
Nice.
How was it? I see.
I liked it.
You look disturbed.
No, I honestly, I think I've seen the scariest and like twisted movie as like in my mind as Hereditary.
Okay.
Because that movie like really messed me up.
That movie will mess you up.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie will mess you up. I mean, my daughter was just watching Talk to Me. That's the new one that came out, and she came out the room and the first thing she said was, "I'm gonna watch something funny." I'm like, you're such a brave soul. She's such a brave soul because she'll watch like those movies and I'm like, "You're okay?" She's like, she'll come out the room. She's like, "I gotta watch something funny."
Yeah, totally. That's what I have to do after watching. Wait, is Talk to Me from like the people from Hereditary or?
No. I gotta think of it's a new movie it's out in Blu-ray now, but it's a new movie by I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was some YouTubers or something that made this movie.
Oh
yeah,
it was like some YouTubers or something that actually they were able to make this movie, and from what I hear, a lot of people enjoyed it. They said it was the scariest movie of the year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I have seen it. KJ Smith's Hereditary. I have seen it just like up for rental, and I'm like, there's like a hand. Like, I do have to say, you know what really messed me up in Conjuring, and my wife does it to me every now and then. She'll just like go into my ear and go,
"Oh my gosh!" He's like, "Ha!"
I was like, "Oh yeah." When that happened, I was like, "Oh my god, no, I can't."
you picture in Toy Father's mind, he's like, "Whoa!" and he goes, but in reality, when you see him in video, he's like, "Ah!"
I was gonna say he probably shrieks. I mean, I would.
I literally was like, I can't do this right now.
Oh my god!
It's like 2:00 in the afternoon, like daylight, and I'm still scared.
The movie, listen, the movie to this day that will still do that to me, and I will never watch it, is The Ring. I will never watch The Ring.
Really?
Ever. I will never watch it. I won't.
I don't think it was that bad.
No, it's not. It's not the movie itself. It's like it has to do with like a trauma. Like it's really not that serious, but it's like a trauma nightmare that I still remember as a kid. I remember being a kid having a nightmare about a witch dragging me down a well, and the witch looked like my grandmother, and it was an ugly witch, and she was like pulling me down a well. So I remember waking up. I remember my mom even telling me I woke up and I was like sweating, screaming my head off.
Jesus.
And I didn't sleep for like weeks. I wouldn't go to sleep. So like when the movie came out and I saw the movie and I saw the thing with the well, it like messed me all up, and the video messed me all up. So my brothers would like play the movie and like do the phone call thing and say the 7 days to me, and I'd be like, "Oh, you assholes, don't do that to me." I would never watch the movie. I can't
I mean, visually, I'm with you. It's a very strong visual to see. At that time, especially.
No, it's one of those movies where I would rather watch anything Disney Plus that day. Like if you said I would watch anything, I will watch The Lion King 20 times that day.
I remember watching.
I'll be with you, Danny. You and I can watch the Goofy movie together.
We will watch it. I'm down.
That movie.
Love
that movie.
I was I was at one of my kids' events, like as for a fundraising, and like they're playing music from like the early 2000s. The woman hosting it, and she's like asking questions to the kids as if they would know any of these songs. I'm like, This is from the Goofy movie from like 1993. I don't
Yeah,
know if they're aware of this movie.
That was a straight to video too.
Was it really? Oh,
I think so. Yeah. I don't.
Not the first.
Really?
Yeah, it was in
Came out in
theaters.
theaters. I remember getting that movie
with that
Costco.
soundtrack, it needs to go to theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great soundtrack.
The second one went straight to video.
Wow.
What a disappointment that second one when
Yeah.
Roxanne doesn't show up. What the hell is that about? I need continuation.
Yeah,
I don't think I saw the second one.
He goes to college.
yeah.
He's much older, huh? That's sad. But going back to The Ring, I remember that was like our campus movie in college one year, and it was like three of us, like four guys that we all lived together, and we're like, hey, let's go see The Ring. We're like, all right. And these are like, we're like four rugby guys, like big dudes, like hanging out. And the guy next to me is like one of like, he's like,
were
really
you one of
just,
the four? Were you one?
I was one of the four. Well, the other guys were big.
Big guys. Yeah, okay.
So the guy next to me, you know that part where it flashes to like, the woman's like, I saw her face.
No,
and then it flashes to her and she's all like pruned up and like it was really messed up.
Ooh.
The guy, my buddy next to me, all I hear him go, he goes, what
At that moment, his life flashed before his eyes.
And then all the way home, we were like, well, why don't we take the long way where it's all lit up, guys?
Well, me and my older brother, we were like, I think I was like in my early 20s when we first watched Paranormal Activity, the first.
Oh my God, that one. Jeez.
And we both watched the movie late night. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. And they always say 3 in the morning is like the devil's hour.
The devil's hour, yep.
The devil's hour. So
or in Conjuring 307.
Yeah. So when we finished watching the movie, like our rooms were like across from each other. So like I go to the room and then I knock on his room and I'm like, hey, dude, you mind if I crash in here? So like I dragged my mattress into the room, and then my mom showed up that next morning and she's like, look at these two. Why are you two pendejos sleeping in the same room? They're like grown man. Like it was scary as shit. Like the first movie, it was great because you didn't know what to expect from the movie. All the stuff that was happening just caught you off guard. But then after you saw the sequel, like you know what was gonna happen. You were like, I know what's gonna happen now. They're gonna probably use the same bits as before. But like that first movie, just like the Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project was like, I wouldn't go in the woods. I wouldn't go camping. Nothing.
Blair Witch Project.
I am so amazed that you like horror movies after this discussion, Danny.
Yeah, no, this is actually a really good discussion. It makes me feel like that I'm not as scared as what I had made myself to be.
No.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Do y'all remember the Scooby-Doo parody of the Blair Witch Project? It was like short video segments they used to run on Cartoon Network.
Oh, really?
No, I don't remember.
Like they were legit scary. Like yes, like check it out on you. They're all on YouTube.
I gotta check it out, man.
Yeah,
it's Scooby-Doo Blair Witch.
It's technically called the Scooby-Doo Project, but
okay. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. Definitely, we'll see that.
Yeah.
First, watch that, and then palate cleanse yourself by watching the beginning part of Scooby-Doo, the most recent movie when they're just kids going on an adventure,
or just episodes of The Office. That's what I do.
No, we're on theme, Chris. We're on theme. All right. Rather than be solid with The Office.
And then rewatch Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
On Zombie Island. Oh, that's a good one. I do like that.
I haven't seen that one.
It's better than it needed to be.
Yeah, I thought so. That's
like
for some reason that's why it's stuck in my head.
Just pulling this up. Yeah, Machu. You're always doing toy photos at the Devil's Hour. Yeah.
Did you talk about this weekend? What did you guys do this weekend?
Nothing.
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 Well, it was Boston Toy Con this weekend,
Mm.
and No Chewing and I brought the kids, saw each other for a hot minute. It was a small toy store, toy con, but it was a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
would say Boss Fight Studios, which is a local place, was there. They did they have a lot of great figures, notable ones: Popeye, Strawberry Shortcake. What is it? The Hack, or is it called Hack?
I thought that's
Hack is
That's
their
what-
line
that's what-
of like 3 and 3.
that's what my mom used to call me, the hack.
Those are
Sam
really
and
cool
Max.
figures.
They didn't have any Fraggle Rock. I was expecting them to have some.
They had Sam and Max. But yeah, my daughter, she chose the Strawberry Shortcake,
Mm.
and it's really cool. It smells like strawberries, first of all.
Oh yeah.
And she opened it up. It has like two different
Oh, nice.
Cool.
faces. It's really cool. Comes with a few accessories.
Yeah, keep an eye out for the No Chew and Toy Father Strawberry Shortcake collab that everyone's been dying to see.
We're definitely doing that.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna shoot.
I
I'm
can't
gonna
wait
take
to see
some
it.
really amazing photos of her. You know, I'm
Yeah.
excited to do it.
Well, you know, it was really.
I'm excited to do it and then lose like 50 followers immediately.
What was really cute was my daughter's like, I want to take pictures of this thing now. I was like, okay, yeah, go ahead. And so she got her iPad out and started taking pictures of them. It was really
Oh,
cool.
that's
Nice.
awesome.
And then I picked up, and No Chewing picked this guy up too.
Oh,
Wimpy.
that's cool.
Oh,
that's
cool.
Also, you both of you guys went to the Boston Toy Con?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
oh,
took
nice.
the kids and
Nice.
with that castor oil.
No surprise here. Chris bought way more figures than I did.
I did. Popeye.
Oh, Chris.
That's a good looking Popeye though.
It is great.
Actually, that castor oil,
Yeah.
the character, is hard to find. That's the one that's hard to find.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. That it was like really small venue. You could like run through that in like a minute, like 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
a lot of great deals. People just wanted to move their inventory, so that was really nice. People were just super friendly. I had a lot of fun.
I was hoping to get some better deals on the WWE Ultimate figures. They're all going for a little bit higher than I want to pay.
Those were going high. That like Undertaker, that looked good.
For 45, I was like,
Yeah.
eh.
I thought it was 55, right?
Oh, there was another table that had for 45.
Oh, okay.
But I could still get it from like I actually have to message Chubbsy and just order it from him.
Yeah, pick it
Because
up
they
in a
have
month.
it. Yeah. And then I picked up a couple loose figures, and my son found a Lego set that he's big on Spider-Man Far From Home. Like he loves the concept of Night Monkey and Mysterio and Molten Man. So
Mhm.
we're at the only Lego table that there was, and there was a Lego set of those 3 characters tucked behind a bunch of other boxes for about retail. And he was just like, Dad, I wish we could get that. Because I told him going in, it's like, we're not buying a lot of toys, and we're not getting anything big. And yeah, I was just like, we're never going to see this again.
Yeah.
Like in hand and this good of shape and complete. It was like, just give it to me.
I mean, afterwards
Oh.
it was like what 10:30. It was like 10:30 or 11, and I was like, "What are you gonna do now?" And you're like, "I guess go home." And I was like, "Yeah, I think we're gonna grab some lunch and maybe go home." And you had said that your son had just stared at the box the entire ride home.
The entire ride home staring at like he's slow because I told him don't open it in the car. And so he's trying to, but like he clearly ripped the tape open with his like little fingers. Like I was like, Charlie, come on, man. If you
Hold on.
lose pieces in the car, it's practically gone.
We got 10
forever.
minutes. 10 minutes left. Yeah, but that was a lot of fun. It was a beautiful day too, coming off a rain day. So just walking around and being out. I hope they do it again. They have to. I hope they did well. So
Yeah, I hope so too. They had a lot of panels set up for that day, but we didn't stick around for any of them.
yeah, I didn't know what those like. Some of them were kind of self-explanatory, but one of them was like Transformers collecting and curating. I didn't know what that meant.
I think it was just a Transformers collector that was there. Like
got it. Just talking about Transformers.
Yeah, how to collect them, how to. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we probably should have stayed to find out.
Probably. It sounded like an interesting one for you, Chris. It was cool though. They had like a nice poster and design, and like all this stuff. So yeah, I hope they grow and more people and more tables and all that.
That venue is really nice. It has a lot of character. I think they want to destroy that or bring it down and build something different there though. So, which is a shame. So, but yeah, New Jersey Toy Con. I mean, not New Jersey, Boston Toy Con.
And then the countdown to Legion's Con, just about a month away.
Clintastic, you're not going to make it up, right?
Not this one.
Yeah. Are there big cons in Texas?
There's like 2 or 3 monthly ones in my area, so.
Do you go to those?
Not anymore because I'm not really hunting for anything, and I'm only in there for like 10 minutes and out, so it's.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's not any like mega ones that I'm aware of, but I'm not really grail hunting at the moment, so I'm good.
So if you're not grail hunting, what are you looking forward to? What do you have a pre-order that is just stuff you're excited about?
None of the 97?
Wow, you sound so at peace with all this.
I am. Like, I know they're announcing more X-Men sets at the end of the year, but I'm good. I can rebuild my funds and life is good.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear
it. Buy a Lego castle.
Ooh,
exactly.
That's true. When's next? What they do? Was it? There's like 4 drops a year that Lego puts out a bunch of sets. Is it November 1st? Is the next?
I'm not sure.
You can see Clintastic standing in one of those long lines at like midnight outside a Lego store.
I do know there's an X-Men Lego set coming, so.
Oh, $400.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. It's gonna be a Sentinel and a Blackbird jet, and there's gonna be like all the HasLabs you could possibly have.
No, it's just a Blackbird jet.
That one looks good.
Yeah.
That can sit 12 X-Men in it.
Exactly.
Man.
Well, I just made some money. I'm sorry.
Did you sell something?
Yeah, so it's like showing. So I'm like trying to message the person. I'm like, yeah. Well, I got New York Comic Con coming up this week. So I got.
That's right.
That's this week.
What day are you going? Thursday, right?
No, unfortunately, I'm not going Thursday. I'm going Friday and Saturday. I'll be there.
Oh, no Yimbo sequel.
No Yimbo, but Yimbo and me I will see Yimbo at Legion's Con. So I won't see Yimbo on Thursday, but I will be there on Friday and Saturday.
Are you staying the night in the city?
No, I'm gonna go. I was planning on crashing with my brother, but I might just go hang out and then come back home and then go the next day at the same time. I don't care. As long as I go early and find a nice parking spot, then I'll be fine. But like, I'm really just gonna go. Honestly, I don't want to miss. I never miss a year, so it was either this going Friday or just going Saturday. But I kind of want to go to both because I have I always go to Storm King and always buy graphic novels from them. So like I don't want to miss out on that. And then John Carpenter's going, so I want to meet John Carpenter.
So Storm King and John Carpenter. What else are you really looking forward to?
Tim Curry. Tim Curry's gonna be there. So Tim Curry's definitely somebody I want to meet, but I don't know how much Tim Curry's gonna be. But other than that, honestly, I really go to New York Comic Con for the Storm King Sometimes I'll go to Artist Alley and go see Tony Daniels. I always go to Tony Daniels. I always buy a print from him. He's great. Favorite artist, everything. He's great. And James Tinian from Something's Killing the Children. He's gonna be there.
Oh, nice.
He'll be there. And then I really just walk through the vendors and just look at toys. That's really what I do. I look at I go to the vendors, I check out some of their figures and whatever they have, and that's what I do.
I was just with a dad today, and he went to Comic-Con last year. When he went, his friend has a DeLorean that he rents out to Comic-Con that they restored, I guess. But he said that it was crazy because people just line up, and then when they open the doors, they're sprinting to wherever they need to go. Is that true?
Well, that on Thursdays it's like that. I used to be that guy when I was collecting pops, especially pops. So I was that guy. So on Thursdays, it's always that because it's opening day, and they usually everybody's running to go either get in line or get like a band. I remember one Friday I wanted to go. I was gonna go meet Robert Kirkman, and the people from Image were like, "Listen, you got to be here like super early. You got to be like at least number 8 in line because it fills up." So when I tell you I sprinted, like I like worked out the night before at the hotel. I was like, I'm gonna sprint to go meet Robert Kirkman. So I ran, and lucky enough, I was like number 5 in line. I made it right there. Got my wristband, and then I was there to meet him, and it was great. But
it's time.
I got a skateboard, like the wood piece. It's a original art from Scott Campbell, and I had Scott Campbell sign it because it was his artwork. But then I had Robert Kirkman sign it also, and I had him sign the last issue of The Walking Dead, the final one.
Really? Nice.
So yeah. So I had him sign one, and then I met him. He was such a nice guy because I spoke to him. I was like, hey, I was telling him how much I, love The Walking Dead. And he was like, funniest thing he told me, he was like, dude, I'm like fucking hungover right now. He was telling me he was hungover, and I was like, oh. But so I was like, it was a nice guy, dude. It was nice to meet him. And like, again, he's a great guy. I was able to get stuff signed from him. It was like once I got that, I was like, I was good. I actually got, at the time, I used to work at the school. I used to work at a school, so I had a guy in the principal. The principal was also a Walking Dead fan. I got him a comic book signed, the first print signed by Robert Kirkman too. So I got it signed. Yeah, I got it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but it does get crazy. Saturdays, I want to say Thursdays and Saturdays are the craziest days. Saturdays you could barely walk. It's so many people.
So are there exclusives like toy exclusives at New York Comic Con?
That's a good question.
Really?
Well, the exclusives, that's another thing too that I'm looking forward to. NECA has the Ghostface Scream exclusive figure for them this year. They were selling some online for pre-order, but then they're selling some at the show. So I'm looking to get that one. There's exclusive comics with covers. I know there's a Superman cover that's exclusive as well. They have exclusive pops. I remember one year they usually sell Storm collectible figures before they drop, like that Vecna. Remember when was it Bandai that made the Stranger Things figures? The Vecna figure, they sold it there first before it even hit store. So I bought it from there, and it was like $30 for them. So it was it was an exclusive. They do sell a lot of exclusive figures, but then also too, you get a lot of vendors that buy those exclusive figures and exclusive pops, and they sell them for more at wherever they are at. So they sell them for way more.
Is that what everyone's sprinting to, like, to get that stuff?
Pops, anything pop related, anything comic related, anything like Tamashii Nations, comics. It's mainly pops. Mezco. I remember, oh my goodness, when the Wolverine, the brown suit Wolverine came out, or even the black mask, forget it. You couldn't even get in that line. That was one that everybody was like fighting over. They were ready to just beat each other up to get there. Like Mezco was big.
Are these New York Comic Con exclusive?
I think so. Is this where I would look?
Not those cosplayers.
Is this one the exclusive cosplayer?
Those look cool.
Oh yeah, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff. some
Yeah.
cards.
Big
Yeah, I
pin.
got Oh, Marvel has a bunch of Marvel has some Marvel
Oh, here we
Legends.
go. Captain
Perfect.
America's ass.
America's butt.
Oh, this is
America's
cool.
booty. America's booty.
Those are cool.
Train
Oh, what
sets.
is that? Lost Boys? What is that? Lost Boys?
What are we
Don't
looking
say
at this
that.
thing?
No,
Oh.
below that.
No, Supernatural.
Supernatural.
That's another thing too that I'm excited for, that I get to put faces to people now. Like I could walk up to Zach Oates and say, "Hey, Zach," and talk to him and have a conversation with Zach Oates. You know what I mean? Like, or even D Amazing. Like me and D Amazing, we've talked to a lot. Like especially when Yim was there. Like, but it's nice to go up to D Amazing and talk to D Amazing. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice to be able to just go up to these folks and just like have a conversation with them and just chit chat about silly things.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of prints and pins.
Yeah,
I
a
said
lot of
we
print.
go next year.
Should go all 4 days.
I was gonna
Hang out
try
with
to get tickets. I was trying
Hang
to
out
get
with me
tickets
4
this year.
days. Should hang out with me 4 days. I'll take you to Dallas barbecue and we'll hang out. We'll get wasted. We'll get wasted.
I was thinking
I'm
bring
in.
my kids. I was thinking bring my kids with me.
No, screw that. Let's go get wasted with Danny.
There you go.
We can do that at Legion's Con.
Yeah, that's true.
We get wasted.
Legion's Cons will be fun. What is it?
Well,
What are these like? Are these toys? Cool.
They look like pins to me.
They look like pins, but for $55.
No, it says it's a figure.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's probably just a statuesque figure.
I'd rather buy another Red Death for $60.
Oh, Kid Robot, I forgot about them.
Oh, that's all. That's all you, Chewy.
Yeah,
I typed in toys, but I get all this stuff.
Pretty cool though.
Nice.
Have you been to Comic-Con, Clintastic?
I haven't.
Any Comic-Con?
A couple of ones in Dallas that have come through, but not that often.
Is there a Dallas Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a big one?
For us, yes.
Yeah.
But nothing compared to San Diego or New York.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York has just gotten huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten. I think the way they had it set up, it wasn't last year, but the year before that, when they first got back after COVID, when they were able to let people in, the way they had it set up and the way they kind of monitor everything, they did such a phenomenal job. Like I told everybody, like all like the employees and stuff, I'm like, you guys did a really nice job just handling things and handling like who could come in, and because they had this whole system where they would like check like if you were like tested positive within the next, like they weren't letting just anybody. The way
COVID.
they did, they planned it. It's like one of those things. Like you get sometimes you get these conventions or these events and they rent out this big old space. And because it's their first time, it goes to shit. Like everything's all over the place. And you can't really blame them because it's your first time. Things are a little crazy. You're still really starting to get used to it. But for them to kind of, I think they know the Javits Center so well, where they had it like set up so right, where everything ran smoothly. Everything was smooth. But the only thing that sucked is a lot of like vendors and a lot of like people weren't there. Like Mesco wasn't there. Superhero stuff wasn't there. Like all these known places that I usually like to go to and buy t-shirts and stuff from, they weren't there.
Well, now it's just like huge, and there's so many people. I mean, I think a big piece of it is that Warner Brothers or DC's headquarters is in New York City. So
yeah, DC they've been slacking though these last couple of years, because
have they
usually because Marvel has their whole big stage and they do all these like cosplay contests, they do all these games. They do all these like special writers and stuff come on stage, but DC at one point had it like on lock. Like they had all the costumes for the movies. The celebrities were like walking amongst the people. Like I remember one year Jared Leto put on a Joker mask and he was walking around, and then later on revealed to people that he was literally walking around in a Joker mask. But like, and a lot of the like artists like walking by, a lot of wrestlers walking by. I think the best part about it is that, perfect example, Jason David Frank. when I tell you that guy was the best person you could meet, because he didn't need security. Well, first of all, he doesn't need security because he'll probably kick everybody's ass in the whole freaking thing.
Yeah.
But like that dude would walk around the people with his buddies. He would like take photos with anybody. He would joke with people. He would be outside like mingling with the cosplayers. He was that type of guy. That's why they loved him so much, because he was not just Jason David Frank. He was a fan too. So he was like out buying prints, you know, looking for figures, looking for pops and stuff like that. He was like mingling with people. But like that that was great. And even the after parties are great. Like we went to an after party in New York Comic Con. We paid $20. They were gonna have music. When we get there, they were only playing anime music. Only anime music. So me and my buddies are looking at each other like, what the hell are we doing? So it was like, after it was like, well, you know what? We're here. We paid $20. Let's stick around. After a couple of shots and a couple of like drinks. Oh man, I gotta show you. I'm gonna send you a video.
I would pay $20 for you, me, Clintastic, and No Chewing to just be like a DJ, like rave full of anime music. I would love that.
Oh, listen, when I first got there,
fun.
I was pissed. Yeah, it is fun when you're intoxicated, because I'm telling you, after a couple of drinks, I had my glow sticks and I was like Terry Crews in you know, I was doing the whole like, it was the bomb. It was so much fun. So much fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm sure that was fun. That sounds like
no, it's a lot of fun. It's a nice getaway, and like I said, I love that we get to stay over there, because it's we don't have to. We used to be the guys to rush to get in line, and we don't do that no more. Now it's like we let everybody in, and we go when we're ready. We go eat breakfast, we talk, and then we go inside. We'll go back to the hotel, drop off whatever we have, and then go back, or go back, eat a snack, and then go back. We do whatever we want now, so it's more smooth sailing now.
You know, I've heard so many good things about Jason David Frank. When No Chewing and I were in this like random comic book store with amazing toys, we're like, you know, who's your best guest that has come here? And he said Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
So Jason David Frank came late, and he was so apologetic, and he stayed until every single fan stuff was like signed way past what he was booked for. And he was just so nice. So
definitely larger than life. Definitely larger than life person. He didn't come across to you as a, like, you knew him from like growing up in the Power Rangers. You knew him from that, but he was more of like he was a fan. He was a fan just like everybody else, and he treated everybody like it was funny though, because we were in line. I want to say my second year, I went to go make Stephen Amell, and I'm in line to me waiting for Stephen Amell. Stephen Amell took a break. So Hulk Hogan is on this side, and he's trying to get the crowd riled up, but they're really not getting rowdy with him. But then Jason David Frank comes out, and he's like pumping everybody up, and all the Hulk Hogan people in line, all the people in line with Hulk Hogan are like cheering on Jason David Frank. It was so funny. And then you can see it in Hulk Hogan's face. He was kind of annoyed a little bit, because he was like, come on, you fucking people. Let me hear you scream. And even the Hulk Hogan people. And then he's walking on. He's like, yeah, that's how you get the crowd started. Then he's like giving everybody high five, doing the wave. He was fucking awesome. He was fucking awesome, man. Like awesome. Like such a big loss, man. Because I'm telling you, that was one guy that you could meet, and you didn't have to meet anybody else. That was the guy, and that was it.
What? Was that at a Comic-Con?
Yeah.
Man, you had Hulk Hogan, Steve Amell.
We were waiting. I was agitated because we were meeting Stephen Amell, and Arrow was a big show, so he was, it was bumping. So we're waiting to meet Stephen Amell, and he went to go take a break. So I'm like, all right, so we got to wait longer. So then Hulk Hogan is there, and he's like talking, oh brother, all these people, oh brother, and then Jimmy Hart's with him. But then here comes Jason David Frank, who was like a table. There was one in the middle, then him after. He stands up on his chair. He's like, I want to hear you guys fucking yell. And he's like screaming, get in the crowd. He has the Hulk Hogan. He has us all doing the waves and all this stuff. He's like flexing and being silly. And even at me, I was to the point, I was like, can I just go get his autograph rather than Stephen Amell? Like, I want to go to him. Because he really made you like, when I tell you, he like all those celebrities there, he was like the shining, he was the one. it's kind of like he was like, well, I'm not as big of a star as these people are, but I'm really gonna. But at the end of the day, you're gonna remember me over anybody here.
Yeah.
It definitely did, because we were like, Jason David Frank is a fool. We thought he was drunk at one point. It was like he must be drunk or something. But I love
it. Just a side note, I did get this guy today.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Excited for him.
I want the blade really bad. I don't want Marvel Legends, but I want that blade.
That blade looks great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One blade that I wish I'd gotten is that Mezco.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the PX, where he had the vest. That was a great one.
Yeah.
Well, I know we've talked a lot about toys, but
Toy
Danny,
talk.
but Danny, we really need to get into this. Into
Sure. Sure.
Because there's a lot to unpack.
Very much.
I figured there was a lot.
I know Clintastic has a lot of opinions on this thing.
Of course.
Well, hey, before we start, let's talk about this. Revenge of the Nerds came out July 20th in 1984. I was about 3 years old at the time. 2 years old. And it was, surprise, surprise, critically panned by all by
everyone in the world. Actually, before we jump into it, I'm gonna jump off. I actually didn't watch the movie, and I need to get some rest.
No problem,
I'm jumping out. Great talking with you guys.
No, true, and always a pleasure, buddy.
Hey, plug it.
Like, stop talking.
Yes, plug it. Yeah.
Well, I know that Toyak should plug his show on Thursday, Worthy Addiction, and also he's doing this great giveaway in conjunction with Chubsy Wubsy using hashtag AWA. Spooktober. Hecktober.
AW_Hecktober. Yep.
But to see more of me, Toy Father and Yimbo on Wednesday nights at 8:45, doing TPC Top 10. Normally just, eventually we get to the foes that we should talk about on that show. And on the 18th, we have a special night. We're going to have Mr. Stevie as our special guest.
Mr. Stevie.
That's awesome.
That's all my plugs.
Cool.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
All right, take it
you
easy, buddy.
too, buddy. Take care.
Later. All right.
What's funny? From what I see, I don't think this movie made any money. I don't know. It did. It doesn't say how much it made or anything, but it was
made about domestically. It was about 40 million. 40 million.
Really?
Yes.
Something like that. It made a profit for sure.
Okay. Well, to make sequels, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
I have a lot of notes.
I'm gonna let you guys know right now, and I'm gonna let everybody in the chat know. I don't give a shit about your opinion. This is my movie.
Well, no, too bad. You're gonna get.
You're
gonna get my opinion.
Clintastic's mad because I didn't like Death Becomes Her as much as he liked it. So I'm gonna let him get his shine tonight.
I thought you gave it a nice score.
I gave it a 3.5. I gave it a 3.5.
I didn't think you hated the movie.
No, I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
I hated this movie. Like it rests on the worst aspects of 80s comedies. And and these days it's not funny. That's
unfortunately.
I laughed at literally only one part of it.
Which part?
It was whenever John Goodman says, "Oh shit, we forgot to practice," after the whole jock scene.
Yeah.
That part got a genuine laugh out of me. After that, and I watched it twice.
You did?
Just
for somebody that doesn't like the movie, for you to watch it twice, it's impressive. That's impressive.
I wanted to find something redeeming about it, and I tried.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Chris.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I mean, honestly, I did go into it. I did go into it just being like, all right, this. I'm like, whoa. I did have to say, like, there are definitely things that are just wildly offensive in it, but at the same time, it's like, I want to say it was of the time, and I'm like, but then I read up on it, and I'm like, I don't think it was. Like a few notes.
I can't believe you take notes.
I take notes of this because
well, you have a whole club, so I don't understand.
Yeah.
That.
I mean, I just being an Asian man, the Asian guy is very offensive. So many things wrong in the party scene. A little kid staring at boobs.
Oh my god.
Booger squeezing butts. I was like, in the 80s, did they have kissing booths like that? Like, I remember that was a thing, right? Like, I remember in like old cartoons they'd have kissing booths, but I was like, jeez, this is dated.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, like the funhouse scene, yikes! Like,
Oh.
my god.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Oh, listen.
Yeah.
And then at the end scene, I had a question. What's more offensive, Japanese guy dressed as a samurai on the gong or dressed as a Native American? Like, I didn't know. Like, they swung Native American, but then I was like, I guess I don't know what they.
He's the voice of Leonardo in the original Ninja Turtles, right?
Who is
the Asian guy? He's the original.
He
voice.
is.
Yeah, he's the voice for Leonardo.
No way.
Yeah. He was in Police Academy as well.
I remember in Police Academy.
Yeah,
What? He was the voice of Leonardo?
He's the voice of Leonardo for the original movie. Him and Corey Feldman was Donatello. Yep. And then he was
and Ernie Reyes Jr. was the guy in the Donatello suit.
Yeah. Yep. And then the voice for Raphael was the cab driver.
Voice of Raphael was the cab driver.
Remember when Raphael flipped over on the van?
Yeah.
And then he was like, "You're going to Lagorio, right?" That cab driver. That
was Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
The voice.
The pizza. No, I think was it the pizza guy. I think it was the pizza guy, or the pizza guy was Michelangelo. It was Michelangelo. Might have been Michelangelo. I don't know. Well, anyways, I know the Asian guy from Revenge of the Nerds was Leo.
I have a few notes I'm reading. The tricycle scene. I wrote. I wrote, no one told me there was a cure for Asian glow. And if many of you don't know what Asian glow is, it's like most Asians cannot digest alcohol, and so they get a red face. I don't get that, but my brother gets that. My dad gets that. And so basically that's what the nerds had come up with, a cure for Asian glow. Oh man, the javelin scene. I'm gonna quote this. Okay, I'll quote this. I'm not saying this. I'm quoting this.
Okay.
He designed a javelin to go along with Lamar's limp-wristed throwing style. Like, so many things that are just so dated. That would not. I mean, and then okay, what else? What else do I have here? Wonder joints. Joints. I just wrote that. I didn't. So what did they say? Air pie.
Hair pie.
Oh, hair pie.
Hair pie.
Got it. I understand that And what was it? I wrote, I mean, I wish college was like this. Frat house drinking beer. I forgot that Jefferson from Married with Children was on there.
Yeah, he was Stan Gable. He was Stan Gable in that movie. Yeah.
I recently saw him in the show Shrinking. He was excellent. Excellent in that.
Usually he's the guy that pops up in all the later seasons of a series, and then immediately the series gets canceled.
Yeah. Of Married with Children.
Married with Children, Happy Days, The Love Boat.
Happy Days, really? He was in Love Boat?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Married with Children, he was the second husband because Steven, was it Steven, the first one?
Yeah.
Was his name Steven? Steve?
I think it was Steve.
Anyway. All right, Toy Addict, let's hear it.
Okay. Fun facts. I got some fun facts about this movie. So the belch from Booger was actually a camel enjoying some ecstasy in real life.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm looking it up because I want to make sure I'm saying it right. So the belch, so him belching is actually a recording from a camel. It's a camel. It's not really him. So
I thought you said
the Landa
camel and ecstasy.
The school, the actual school that they were at, they didn't allow, they rejected them going there. They didn't want them to film the movie there.
Arizona State?
And I think so, yeah. And then the Landa frat is actually real. It does exist.
Is that an all African American frat?
I believe so.
It wasn't created until after the movie, though.
Oh.
Now, what am I going to say about this movie that any 80s baby won't say about this movie? I mean, it's the 80s. Like, it's another underdog story, just like Rocky. A couple of guys.
It is an underdog story.
Couple of guys. Clint, you could change your face because you're not going to change my mind. I don't care.
Hold on. I do have one more note. Oh, man. That music while he's riding the bike. So offensive.
No, listen. No, the movie has a lot of... That's the reaction you got. Yeah, I know. So there's a lot of things that wouldn't sit right in this day and age, but it goes to show you how much times have changed. Because again, back then I wasn't, it was fun. It was a fun movie. I love Ogre. He was my favorite one in the movie. Like my favorite scene is when they're like walking with the little the luggage and like he's like nerds, but he's hanging the fucking guy upside down. He's like nerds. Like Ogre was my guy in the whole movie. I love Ogre. Besides that scene, my two favorite scenes. One is the performance in the end with the gong and everything, and like just him and Point Dexter kind of just dancing and shit. He had the Michael Jackson cut off jacket and shit. That scene was dope. I always loved that scene. And then I was always a big fan of like when they rated the girls thing, and they like started like it's such a raunchy. It has its raunchy moments. It's such a raunchy movie. And a lot of stuff like this will be so offensive, but then when you watch it back then, right, and you're young and you're watching it, you're like, damn. And in my head, I'm like, I can't wait to go to college and start doing this shit. But it was actually like even the party scene, like how everybody was really quiet and they had all the ugly girls show up. I don't not to offend anybody. Yeah, all the girls show up and they're all like quiet, and then they're like Wonder Joints, and so they're all like high, and then the Michael Jackson song hits, and even the fucking what was it, the dean or whatever the hell he was, he's in there, he's like jamming. My favorite scene is with the guy that was next to him. He was like smoking, and he's like, man, this is some good shit. He turned around and looked at him. Like, again, it's similar to Porky's. There's a lot of offense. Like, a lot of people would take a lot of offense to it, but like if you go back in that time, like nobody was looking for a movie. The movie wasn't made for you to think that it was going to win an Oscar or anything. The movie was fun. It was a fun movie. It was about a bunch of nerds who got back at the they made nerds look cool. And then more importantly, they played We Are the Champions by Queen in the end. What better way to end the movie? You play Queen in the end. Come on. It's a great movie. It's one of my favorite 80 movies from back in the day. I could watch that movie over and over again. It's such a great movie to me. It's nostalgia for me. I grew up with it. I have laughs. I laugh at things. I think it's funny. But yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Hey, great synopsis. Thanks. I mean, I didn't like. I watched it and I didn't hate it, and I got through it and I didn't stop. Right. Sometimes when a movie like Danny, when we watch Gold, I had to stop that like several times before I could finish it because it was just such a bad movie.
Yeah.
This one I didn't stop. It was just like, my God, like so.
Yeah.
Like these things
Yeah.
just like would not fly at all.
They would not.
It
Not
does
at
not
all.
fly. Yeah.
Not today. Not today. Not in this day and age. Everything is too serious back then. Back then, they didn't. When they did movies like that, they didn't think of even the whole javelin scene. Like I could see but you're not the only person who said that. That was kind of like I think I've watched this movie with one of my friends. He said the same thing, and I'm like, well, there's the 80s for you.
Well, here's my thing with that. Even though it's the 80s, at least still be fun. It can still be funny with that type of stuff. Like Airplane, for instance. Like that same toe in the line, but but still, it's genuinely funny.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, there was no smart humor. There was no witty humor. It was
it was stuff that would make you go, oh shit. Like, damn.
Yeah, it's not like let's laugh with me. It's let's laugh at them.
Yeah.
I love the scene where they're like going to go meet the jocks because the cheerleader told them to go, and then he's like, here, and he like whips out the 2 condoms. He's like, here, you're gonna need these, and they're like, for what? And then there's a sheep standing there. It's like little shit that I grew up with, and I was just like, it's again, when you're a little kid my age watching this movie, when you're not supposed to.
Yeah, no doubt.
Everything, it's all my childhood, man. So to me, it's one of those movies that will always go down as one of my go-to movies to watch, man. That one is plenty of them, trust me.
All right, well, let's
Vader and boobs.
Let's get to categories.
Okay.
Do you have any MVP Clintastic?
I'm just gonna go with John Goodman. Like,
John.
Here's John Goodman. What more can you ask for? So, he's my pick.
Danny?
I'm gonna go with Ogre. Ogre's my guy. Ogre's my favorite character in the movie. I love Ogre.
6 man. I gotta find. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with John Goodman. Well, yeah, he could be a 6 man too. But 6 man. And for those of you who don't know, 6 man is a person that's not in the film too much, but when he's on the film, when he's on screen, he is just killing it, or she.
I'm gonna go with what's his name's dad at the very beginning.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh man,
it's James Cromwell, but I forget the character's name. I thought.
Well, we could just put James.
Yeah.
Cromwell. Yeah, I mean, God, legendary actor.
Mm-hmm. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Danny?
Uh, Brian Tachi is my no, I like I like yeah, I go with Brian Tachi. He was my guy. Little Asian guy that's my dude. I loved him in Police Academy too. He was awesome in Police Academy. So
Man, now that when he said when Leonardo
Mhm.
like slices the pizza and he's like yelling, it does sound like him.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, it's him.
Sixth man for me is the Tri-Lambda president.
Yeah.
He was good. LVP. Fantastic. The movie.
Well, I guess like character wise, I would go with I'm forgetting the names, but the girl that what's his name started dating at the beginning of the movie, the also nerdy girl.
Yeah.
I That character really didn't do anything, and it was
Yeah.
just way too normal for the rest of that crew, I
Mhm.
guess. But that's my pick.
Okay. Yeah.
Same with me. Same. She really didn't do much.
I'm gonna go with I guess her. I don't know. I don't have. Yeah, I guess her.
She really didn't do much.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Best scene.
Oh God, I could pick many.
I'm
Do
gonna
it.
go with the music scene, the performance at the end.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some 80s synthesizer and I'm sold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Danny.
Yeah, same thing. The performance scene was dope.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that one. Any unanswerable questions? I think I have one here.
No. Go ahead, Danny.
Well, I mean, everything was allowed back then. I want to say, how did nobody get like a sexual harassment charge?
Yeah.
Or anything?
Yes.
How did nobody get like? How did nobody
say.
get? How did the cops didn't get called when they like broke in or anything like that? They could have just been done with the whole movie, right? They sexual harassment or like what is it home invasion or some shit. Like they even the jocks, like they burned down, like they trashed the house. How do you not get a home invasion or assault charge or anything like that? Like it was a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah.
but it was but again, it's a movie, so you know it was a lot. It was
That's a really good one. How did no one get a sexual harassment charge or a home
sexual
invasion
harassment charge, animal cruelty, or even like the last scene with the in the moon, like the bounce house, the moon. How does how does that scene? How does she not? Yeah, that you could call that so many things. Like that could have been labeled so many things. But again, we're talking about an era that nobody was really thinking about stuff like that, and nobody was really. Nowadays, we could, but whatever.
I guess. Well, so I wrote this unanswerable question before the end because I forgot about the music scene, and it was, why would you go to college to play violin and be so terrible, Arnold?
Well, I did read this up. They intended to overdub that with good playing. So the guy just played it thinking it was going to be overdubbed, but when they didn't overdub it in the final movie, so yeah.
Really, that's pretty funny.
But he's going there to get better, to learn.
I mean, come on, like you're gonna spend that much money in college and be terrible at the violin coming in. You got to be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a small one was, did he really blow smoke rings, or was that like, how he came out after, having sex and he blew
Yeah.
out smoke rings?
Oh man,
I guess we don't know.
we never know. My thing is, my other unanswered question is, it's like they're smoking marijuana, right, at the
Yeah.
party, but then you have the dean that's there, and he's like, is that allowed? Like, wouldn't they have gotten like kicked out of school for some shit like that? Like, I
I'm
don't
pretty
know.
sure he wouldn't be dean anymore either.
No, not at all. Not at all. Oh man, there's a lot of unanswered questions. It was, I don't know. It was a good time. I was actually watching it before I took a nap today. I was watching it again. And
Man, they played that. I was thinking they played this movie over and over again, like on the afternoon movie of on like a Sunday or Saturday.
Mhm. See, this is the movie that my dad was the one who introduced me to all these movies I wasn't allowed to watch. So
Yeah.
when my mom was out, my dad would always say, "Hey, you want to watch a movie with me?" Or he'll be watching and I'll sit down and then he'll start laughing, and then I'll look at him and start laughing too. But then I watched it, and but at the same time, I'm sitting there like, I know I'm not supposed to be. He hasn't caught on. So like, I sat through that one. I sat through Porky's. I sat through like Back to the Future, like not Back to the Future, Police Academy movies. That's when I saw Bachelor Party for the first time. I saw it with my dad.
Oh, really?
And yeah, Bachelor Party. I sat down and he was like, because my dad would just sit and he would just watch a movie and he'll have his beer and it was no care in the world. He just watch it. He didn't care who was around him. And so there were times where like my mom would say, "Did you realize that your son was sitting there watching this nasty movie?" And he was like, "Oh, he was?" So I'm sitting there watching like that's why I'm telling you, Bachelor Party is like today's day is like my favorite comedy movie of all time. I love Bachelor Party. But like that Revenge of the Nerds was one of those that when I watched it as I wasn't allowed to, but I did. So, and I'm so happy I did.
Definitely hearing on that would create some go with Caddyshack offensive but
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
MVP, the credits, thanks to CGI smoke rings. That's what I was thinking. So CGI back in the
CGI
84.
back there, yeah, back in the 80s, right?
All right. Well, we've talked a lot about Nick picks, so I won't go to that.
Yeah.
But let's go to that movie rating. What do we all give it? Toy Attic?
I'm gonna give it a 5. It's a childhood memory. I'm gonna give it a 5. It's gonna get
Okay.
a 5. It's gonna get a 5 from me.
It's awesome.
Okay.
That's awesome.
It's gonna get a 5. Always gonna get a 5 from me.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
1.5.
Oh, that's what I was gonna give it.
Yay.
I thought you were gonna give it lower.
The music and John Goodman.
Got it.
Yeah.
Those brought it up to me. I can't wait till we get to like a 0 for this thing. Like what's gonna be a 0?
See, I'm trying to think about, because me and my friends, we used to have bad movie nights.
Oh,
intentionally watch bad movie nights.
Have you watched The Room?
Yes.
Have you? I love Disaster Artist, like
Mhm.
the best, and I did watch The Room because of that. But that's so bad that it's good.
Yeah, that's where it gets tricky because one movie that I can think of. No, wait, Jaws 3.
It's bad. Oh
Oh,
god,
yeah.
I don't remember Jaws 3.
That
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie.
It's like not in a good way either. So
Well, it's like Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, right? It's a shitty movie, but you watch it and it's like, I hate this movie, but I really like this movie in a way. Like it's one of those things. Like it's not my favorite movie,
yeah,
but it's a movie that I'll watch. Like if it was playing, I'll watch it.
yeah.
So I was gonna ask Clintastic to a recommendation, but there is something that in the chat, Vico Sam, could we do Joe Dirt?
Joe Dirt. We could do Joe Dirt.
How do we feel about that?
I'm cool with it. Let's do Joe Dirt.
Fantastic. No.
We can we can add it to the list.
Let's do it. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll on
Yeah.
our store on the Toy Talk story, right? We'll pick 3 movies and then we'll
All
let
right.
everybody choose. And that'll be one of them. We'll pick 2 other movies and then we'll let people vote.
All right, Clintastic, what's yours?
Bloodsport.
Oh gosh.
5. It's a 6. It's a 10. Forget it. We don't have to watch it. It's a 10.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
Vico, we're definitely doing Joe Dirt, but let's do Bloodsport.
Yeah.
And then one more.
Oh
No,
Are we doing
let's
3?
just do Bloodsport.
Okay. Yay.
Bloodsport, yeah.
Good choice. Good choice,
good
Clint.
choice.
Damn, Clint.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
This is gonna be easy. Man, we could do that
Oh,
one
yeah.
right now. We can talk about it right
choice.
now. No, Bloodsport. Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
Such
man,
a good
that's so
movie.
funny. That is
Oh.
really funny because the movie club that I do with my friends, we call it the Kumite Club. And when we got to number 50, we've reviewed 150 movies. 50 was Bloodsport for us.
If you
Nice.
go on Wax, I don't know if you guys collect records, but if you go on Waxwork Records, they sell the record, the Bloodsport record, with like
Nice.
original art and like you could play all the songs, the Kumite songs.
Okay.
The song where he's on the bus and he's like, well, let's not even go. We'll wait till the movie.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched No Retreat, No Surrender?
I think I had seen it a while ago.
All right, if you like Clintastic, if you ever do your bad movie nights again,
Yeah.
this is a movie that's up there. I don't know if there's a meme of like a guy doing like push-ups on a bench and there's a guy eating ice cream like sitting on his back. That's like that movie. Apparently, well, so in this movie, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme's like one of his, I think it was right before Bloodsport, but he's like the main villain in it. And he's in it for like 5 minutes. Like at the beginning and at the end.
Is he like the French? Is he like the French guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
And he goes into like some dojo. Yeah. French or Russian, one of the two. I can't remember.
Russian.
Is it Russian? Yeah. Check it out. It's really no, actually, don't check it out. I watched Riff Tracks. Do you guys know what Riff Tracks are?
Yes.
It's the same guys who did Mystery Science 3000. So basically, they do that. I watched that movie, so it's them commenting on the movie while the movie's playing, so, which is really funny. Which is something that I wish we could somehow do in this format. I think that would be funny.
It would.
They recently made figs for them too, and Johnny Cage. Yep.
Yeah, Syndicate Collectibles is making the Bloodsport.
Can't wait for those. Those look fantastic.
And then now they have Hiya Toys is doing Universal Soldier toys.
I saw that. Are those 112?
They might be because they're doing the Hiya Toys is doing the 112 Leatherface, and they're doing another one too. Yeah, from like the Netflix movie.
That one's cool. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I like Hiya, what they do.
No, they're great. I actually won a Leatherface from Realm. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I won. He did a giveaway, so I won the smaller one, smaller version. They're really good articulated. They're really articulated, really nice detail too. I mean, I think Coxcrape buys them too, and he tells he's really nice.
Yeah, they do a lot of RoboCop. I liked what they did with that last Godzilla. I've been tempted to get that Godzilla figure. That one's like 18-inch, or maybe it's 18 centimeters.
Wow.
Maybe it's 18 centimeters. I can't remember. All right, Bloodsport. I'm excited. I hope we all are excited.
I'm pumped. That's a great movie.
Oh yeah.
Well, everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. You know, just talking toys, hanging out. And that's what really Toy Talk's all about. We're really trying to change the format of like Toy Talk is a hang where we talk about toys, hang out. But honestly, like, and what I really like about Toy Talk is just bringing together people that I myself like would probably have never met or hung out with outside of just toys bringing us together. That includes all of you in the chat. That includes Toy Addict, Clintastic, No Chewing, Unworthy, Cox Create, everyone who's come on to Toy Talk. It's just a great hang. In talking about just things that we're passionate about. And I'm so greatly appreciative of like everyone that comes through. And Clintastic, it's been great just to hang out with you the past like month. And like I'm so glad that I'm just so glad that you like come on. So thank you.
Anytime.
It's really not like I don't expect you to, but I am expecting you next week because it's Bloodsport is your pick. So but man, like it's always just a lot of fun.
Enjoy it.
Diggs Figs, you should do one of the two movies I was in, The Explorers or The Perfect Weapon. Hold up. Really? You were in movies? Is this true?
You sure you want us to rate that movie? You sure?
I'm writing this down. Diggs Figs in movies. The Explorers or The
Perfect Weapon.
If we do that, Diggs Figs, you're coming on and we're talking.
Yeah, that's a must. You have to come on.
Yeah, you do it. You have to come on. I mean, geez, really? I'm looking up these movies after the stream.
Well, Chris, if you're watching horror movies, you should check out Cobweb.
Cobweb? All right.
Yes, check out.
October is my scary movie time.
Cobweb, check out Cobweb, and then also watch Incantation. Thanks to Art.
See that?
Unboxing. No, Unboxing Art. Yeah, I think we did see it. We reviewed them. No, I reviewed it. It was me. It was Unboxing Art.
You were talking about that. Oh, that's right.
It's when I was doing movie talk. It was me and Unboxing Art, and I believe it was Josh as well. He was with me that day.
Cobweb.
Incantation. Cobweb. Check out Cobweb first. Check out that one. It has the guy that plays Homelander in the movie. He's the dad.
Oh, he is. I really want, like, I was thinking of just tuning in like Conjuring 2, something like that.
Or The Nun. Watch The Nun.
Nun was good.
The Nun 1 and 2.
Yeah, Whoopi was great in it.
Only like a couple of scenes.
All right, hey, Diggs Figs, I'm checking this out.
You're gonna have to come on either way.
Yeah, you're coming on, Diggs Figs. Now that we know that you've been in front of a camera, there's no excuse for you not to be in front of this camera. So,
right, we're gonna see your face anyways.
All right, guys. Well, hey, everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us. Toy Addict 17, we got your plugs, right?
Yes, A Worthy Addiction, brand new episode this Thursday, hosted by myself and the great Unworthy Collector. Yeah, check us out. We got a lot of great things happening. We have Black and Wednesdays every Wednesday with a slash of orange. We have the UC No Justice horrific collab by Unworthy, putting all DC heroes or villains versus all horror icons. And we also have the giveaway. So if you haven't submitted a photo, what it is you submit a horror photo and use the collaboration feature for the A Worthy Addiction page, but use the hashtag AWA_Hecktober. And one photo is one submission to win a quarter scale Freddy Krueger by the generous Chubsy Wubsy. He's giving away a quarter scale Freddy Krueger on the 26th. Also on the 29th, he's going to have a Halloween party at Chubsy Wubsy store. I will be there. He's asking anybody that comes by dressed up in costume gets 20% off all selected merchandise.
That's awesome.
And Sida Critical Mass cosplay will be there. and he will be dressed up. So if you want to take photos, so that's on the 29th. Other than that, that's it.
And also Black and Wednesdays.
Yes.
With
Black and
splash
Wednesdays.
orange.
Splash of Orange. Yes. Splash of Orange is celebrating a whole year. This whole month, I'm celebrating this whole month. I'm going to do a nice giveaway too for that as well. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yep.
Clintastic, anything?
No plugs.
No plugs.
Just me.
Just follow him. He's awesome. Follow his page. He's fantastic. Fantastic,
Yeah,
fantastic. Dude is
Aw.
amazing with his photos.
It's
And he's
so
very
true.
helpful too. Very helpful. Anytime we need help with photos and we need like suggestions or tips, he's the guy. He's the guy we trust.
I don't know why, but
You're dependable. That's what.
Yes, very.
TCP, TPC. Oh god, I always get that wrong.
What did you say?
I always say CP. I don't know why. TPC, Toka Community, top 10 on Wednesdays. Me, no chewing Yimbo. Nothing else. That's it. Just hanging
Yeah.
out. This is it. This is all we do.
Yes.
And everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us tonight. And thank you all, Toyota Clintastic 4. And we'll see you all next week for Bloodsport, another episode of Toy Talk.